6 months ago, I stopped wearing my Apple Watch because honestly, I just wanted to get back into wearing watches that I actually thought looked good and that fit my style a little bit more. But the thing I was most concerned about was the fitness tracking. And because I started taking my health and fitness a little bit more seriously in 2025, what was I gonna do without the Apple Watch? And that's when I decided to try the Whoop. I actually used the bicep band, which I think is actually the best option for the Whoop, which we'll talk a little bit about in this video. But this video is not sponsored in any way by Whoop. They didn't pay me. I bought it myself. I haven't even talked to them. I just wanted to make a video that answered the question, like, is the Whoop worth it? Because I know people that have gone through this same thing, where maybe they're just getting into wearing real watches again and they want fitness tracking. Maybe they actually have an Apple Watch, but they want some of the benefits that the Whoop gives you that the Apple Watch does not. Whatever it is, I want to make this video short and sweet to tell you some of the things I really love about the Whoop, some of the things that really surprised me about the Whoop, and some things that I'm not crazy about. Now, when I decided to stop wearing the Apple Watch, I knew that there weren't too many other fitness tracking options available. The Whoop is the one that was most highly recommended, that I watched the most videos about, that I saw the most people use, and I thought that was probably the best option for me. I loved that they had a bicep band because I can wear this all the time. It never shows. It never gets in the way, it's comfortable to sleep in, and gives me all the benefits of the Whoop. And some people say even more accuracy on the bicep band. So overall, I was thrilled with the option of being able to have something that was hidden. One of the things I quickly realized I loved about the Whoop is that it is always tracking. Unlike a smartwatch, which normally is going to every once in a while check your heart rate, or it's going to specifically check your heart rate just when you're working out, the Whoop tracks your heart rate all the time. So you're able to see all the times in the day that you had a certain level of stress, or it'll automatically log activities when it sees that your heart rate spikes for a certain amount of time. It will calculate your resting heart rate. It will calculate your sleep. It will calculate everything all the time without you having to do anything to actually track it. And what's great about that is it allows you to actually get a much more in-depth look at your actual health, because you can see how different things affected you. The one analytic that I probably pay more attention to anything else, and honestly it's one of the biggest reasons people choose to potentially get something like the Whoop or the Oura Ring, or maybe wearing their Apple Watch at night, is sleep tracking. Sleep tracking is incredibly important to me, not just to see how I slept, but it's been fascinating to watch over the last 6 months how I figured out certain things that actually affect my sleep way more than I thought. Something as simple as having a single drink before bed, whether it's like a bourbon or a glass of wine or a beer, whatever it is. It's crazy to actually see how much those little things actually have affected my sleep, even though I've normally woke up feeling like I slept fine. So much so that I started to actually cut out some alcohol in my life, even though I don't drink that much anyway, when I know that I have something important in the morning to do. And that's been cool, because I kind of never would really have thought that that was affecting me as much as I thought until I actually saw it happening. And that's been a cool, fascinating thing for me to look at. It's helped me to also see how important it is to have consistency in when I go to sleep. And it shows me how quick I fall asleep, and it shows me how I slept throughout the night. And yes, the Apple Watch can do sleep tracking, so can all your everyday smartwatches. But to me, wearing a watch to sleep was terrible. And especially when you have the Apple Watch Ultra, as I had, it's just a huge watch. It's not comfortable. And if you wear it to sleep, then you got to charge it when you wake up, and then you're not getting the tracking necessarily, because you can't. Needless to say, I love the fact that it's just always tracking, no matter what I'm doing. Now, with the Apple Watch, I used to obviously try to close my rings every single day, and I found that very often, because it was just so easy to do, I would kind of close my rings kind of like just checking a box. I could just know that I could do a certain level of walking or whatever it is to just close the rings, but I didn't really feel like I was actually improving my fitness much. And when I started to look at the strain in the Whoop app to be able to see like how much strain or how much my heart is racing or whatever calculates strain, I started to realize that I had to put a little bit more effort into my fitness to make that strain go up. And that became even more addicting to me to get the strain up, which actually made me work out better and have better fitness, because Unlike closing rings where you can kind of just fake it and say, I did a workout a while back and it closes the rings for you, you can't fake the strain. The strain only goes up when you do something that makes the strain happen. And that's been big for me because I have found that I've run a little bit longer on a run, or I've worked a little bit harder at the gym because I want that strain to go up more, because I've seen what it's done for my sleep and for my recovery. I love it. One of the really cool things that I have done with that 24-hour tracking is that in the Whoop app itself, you can export a health report. And the health report shows you every bit of your analytics broken into like a PDF. I think of like the last 28 days potentially, but then also some of the analytics are of the whole year, whatever it is. It shows you this whole detailed report. What's cool about that report is you could give that report to even your doctor if you wanted to be able to say, hey, here are some of my heart rate things if you want to take a look at them, whatever. But what I've actually done, which has actually been fascinating, is I have used ChatGPT to actually help me build fitness plans, but I can give it that PDF report on a monthly basis or bi-weekly basis, whatever, and have it take a look at how those things have affected what my score and my health report are. Now, what's been cool about that is I have actually had a lot of conversations with ChatGPT about things like how energy drinks are affecting me, or coffee, or should I do this or should I do that, or what kind of run should I do to boost this, whatever. Being able to have that whole report and just upload that whole PDF to ChatGPT and have it be able to take that and build that into the stuff that we're already talking about to better my health and my fitness, I think is an amazing, amazing tool. And you can't get that same type of report from the Apple Watch because it's not tracking things 24 hours a day. So being able to have something that's actually always tracking is a significantly different value than a watch tracker that is only tracking at certain times when you're working out. The other unique thing that it has done is actually health alerts. So it actually will tell you in the app that you have like a rising skin temperature. And to some people that may not seem like anything, but what it's actually shown me is usually if it gives you a warning saying it's 2 degrees, 3 degrees above normal, it's saying that usually you have something coming on, whether it's a cold or a fever of some sort. And I have found that all the times it's given me the alert, I have actually like boosted my vitamin C intake, or I've tried to sleep a little bit longer the next night, or I've tried to drink more water during the day, whatever. Because of that alert and showing me that it's actually sensing something is happening, I've actually been able to just like not be sick for like the last 6 months. And I don't know if that's entirely because of the Whoop, but whenever it has given me those warnings that something's coming, I pay attention to it and I change some habits. And to my surprise, it seems like it's actually true. Like it's working. It's pretty cool. One of the other things that I obviously got a little bit tired of with the Apple Watch is just having to charge it every single day and making sure that you do charge it. And if you suddenly realize you're about to work out or you're about to do something and you realize you forgot to charge it, then you got to take it off and you got to charge it. What is really cool to me about the Whoop is that not only does it last a long time, it can last 2 to 3 weeks on a full charge. It's got a wireless power pack that you just snap on and it charges wirelessly, and the charger itself is also fully waterproof, just like the Whoop. So if you suddenly realize you forgot to charge it, you can just throw it on quickly, continue doing whatever you want to do, and it will charge and track just like normal, even if you're taking a shower or if you're swimming. The power pack itself is fully waterproof, and so is the Whoop, which I think is pretty neat because you never have to worry about suddenly the realization that you forgot to charge your watch and then now it's useless. Specifically with me, with the Bicep Band, what's nice about that is that the Bicep Band obviously gets covered by your shirt regardless. So that little power pack, even though it's probably double the size of the actual Whoop itself, if I throw that on and I'm wearing an everyday shirt, you wouldn't even notice that that additional bulk is on my bicep, which is great. So that's a nice little benefit to me. You barely have to charge it in the first place, but when you do, it doesn't change like what you're doing. You can just go about your day. Overall, in the last 6 months using it, I can say that I'm very, very happy with, I feel like, how the Whoop has made me actually live my life a little differently in a really good way. I kind of am surprised that I like it as much as I do. I will say the only thing I wish that I could change would be the fact that I don't really love having to pay another monthly fee for something. Everything is monthly fee, everything. And I think the Whoop's a little bit expensive, but you do get some really nice analytics in there. So I guess if you value that more than you value a little bit more money coming out of your wallet every month, it is worth it to me. I have a referral code in the description that is from my app, and I think all it does is maybe get you 30 more days free, and I also get a month free, so we could help each other out by that. But that's really the only sponsorship I have is a referral code. Whoop doesn't even know I'm making this. I wish they would, because I think that I made a pretty good video here explaining why it actually is pretty valuable. So I'm sold.